Nothing to worry about there.
She said no more singing.
Nah, none of that. KC is not invited to karaoke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I sound like Beyonce. What? Beyonce and Anita Baker mix.
Which versions?
The good ones. Dang, I've been told that. Okay, never mind.
When you said Beyonce, I was like, do Casey like Beyonce? But you said Anita Baker, and I'm like, she loves Anita. So I'm like, it's not that. That's not it's not a beef there. So
No, see, no. I like Beyonce. She cool.
yeah, yeah. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever this podcast finds you. This is the Was It Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows. I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
I am Jazz.
And we are joined this week one of our homies. She's not a newcomer. She's been on the show a few times, reoccurring guest, but we had to bring her back because this is one of her favorite games. She was excited when they adapted it, and she's ahead of us on part of this. So we want to get into it with her on that. But KC, welcome back. How are you?
Happy to be here. I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing well, doing well. I've been, rewatching some of the show, and some things have been a bit more glaring on the rewatch, which of course, when you rewatch, oftentimes it does reward you doing that. And if you don't know, if you're not watching the visuals, you can see our backgrounds. But yes, we are getting into season 2 of The Last of Us. We'll recap some of season 1 as well. But yeah, we get into the adaptation of The Last of Us. Now, Jazz, I know you're not a horror gamer, so you've never played Last of Us at all, have you?
This is correct. And I said it with no shame. I do not care. Call me whatever you want. Bullying me is not going to do anything for this. Like, I'm not doing it.
I get it. I only recently played The Last of Us after I watched the first season of the show. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and jump into. I've had the game for quite some time. Like it was just I'm like, I don't know. I'll get to it when I get to it. I didn't. Some reason games just turned me off. But after I watched, I'm like, you know what? I want to see what the differences is. Like, what did they change? And I just started watching a lot of different adaptations and seeing it. Some people take it to heart. I didn't grow up with it. But I'm gonna go to QKC. You played this when it originally came out. I would have to assume. So The Last of Us is the original game. How did you feel about that, and what did you feel about the adaptation that they gave to us?
So we're talking about the first season first, right?
Yes, the first season.
I think they did pretty good with the adaptation, except for like one episode, and I thought it was just like I didn't like that episode. It was the one with I can't remember his name.
David.
The gay guy.
David.
Yeah.
Wait, the gay guy?
The gay guy.
David.
Bill. He's talking about Bill. She's talking about Bill and Frank.
Because like in the video game, that guy hated Bill. And they made it into a love story on the episode. And I just didn't like that. But like overall, it felt like it was true to the game. You don't really see that. Really. So
if you're going to fuck for a residence, Frank was there. But
so I got a question. Also, happy Pride Month, y'all. Happy Pride Month. So, Jason, if it's the apocalypse and you got zombie creatures out here running around and you see Tom Cruise in a house.
Oh my God.
And it's just y'all. Is you gonna pull a Killiam like, I'm your biggest fan?
Like, nah. That nigga not gonna see. He can't Tyler Perry me. No, sir. No. It's too soon.
Nah, 3 years, baby. It's the energy.
No, sir. I don't, apocalypse or not. No, I'm not. I can't give up the cheeks.
All right.
Can't do that.
Casey, I got it. The same question for you, except it's not Tom. It's Drake.
That's not fair.
Right, that's not fair because I'm doing that. So
All right. I
Casey,
can't
not
say
even
top.
you
I
can't
can't
even
say
you can't even ask. Honestly, you can't even ask Casey. I mean, honestly, you could no ask that question. No, you may ask that question.
which one.
What you was gonna say?
I don't know. But
Yeah,
Tyler Perry.
yeah.
ew. Are you what?
Yeah.
I'm trying to say Tyler Perry's mom. No, I hate him. I'm sorry.
So you
Don't
wouldn't.
do that because I hate Tyler Perry. Okay, I hate watching stuff. All right,
I was just saying where y'all heart landed. Okay.
get punk, literally.
I would ask you, Jazz, but we know where your heart is in that situation. I can't even ask, some,
Is this
you know,
is this an episode I get exposed?
what?
I don't know. Hopefully not.
I was gonna say Nora. If Nora
Oh
was
yeah,
out,
this episode. I knew you was gonna bring that shit up.
if Nora was out in the
Man,
forest,
come on. That's my female crush. Yo, hey, like what? We about to have a family. And all these fucking kids.
But I went back and watched season 1. There was a ton of callbacks in season 2, like just small things from Ellie being in a car the first time, and Joel giving her the spaceship experience. But I was going to ask y'all, what was y'all's favorite episode in season 1? If y'all, I know Jay, you went back and you did a rewatch. Casey, if you can remember, what was y'all's favorite episode in that first season?
Ooh. I think mine was the episode where Sis got bit. I can't remember her name.
Tess.
Yes. Because like I enjoyed Tessa's character. I hate Tess got gone. I think in like episode 3. I wanted her, that's even earlier. I wanted her to last longer, but unfortunately she didn't. But she went out like a G. And so I was just like, damn. But she had a really dope death. Like that zombie kissed you slow in the mouth. Like all of the shit was wiggling in there. Oh God.
The cordyceps. Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah.
That was disgusting. I enjoyed Tess' character too. I appreciate when they did bring her back in the flashbacks. I do think the flashbacks are some of the stronger episodes. And me being the one to speak about flashbacks, I think they do a great job when it comes to the flashbacks, in my personal opinion. Casey, what about you? What was your favorite episode?
The Left Behind episode. So basically, that was the one where she was with her best friend and they were just like playing around in the carnival,
with Riley,
not in the mall, and her best friend gets bit, and they just wait, and it's like so heart wrenching. Like it's such a sad episode, but it was also a sad part to play in that game.
I never played the extension part. I never got to play that part of it, but when I initially watched that episode, it was so heavy. Like, because I was watching them just like, what's going on? Like, man, they're going to end up dying or she going to have to kill her or something like that's going to happen. It was like, I'm with I think she was with the Fireflies, right? She was with the Fireflies, right?
Yeah, she just joined.
She joined the Fireflies. Then that was the first hit to the chest. Then she had the pipe bomb. She's like, wait. You're not just here. You like about to go kill us. Like you're fighting who we were in there. And she finally told her, the type of job, that they had given her. So yeah, that was definitely sad. Yeah. That string of episodes when you meet Henry, the Henry and his little brother, you get the episode of Riley, you get the episode of, it seemed like a glimmer of hope when Joel finally gets back with Tommy in there. But I think my favorite episode would have to be the one when the David episode. I think that was done pretty well. That was when I was like, okay, the girl that's playing Ellie, Bella, right?
Yeah, Bella Ramsey.
Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, I see it now. I see it now. I can. That episode there when we got two big reveals in that episode. One, people are eating people, in that, but then 2, he was trying to sexually assault her
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that was like a very justifiable kill when she got him. But I was just like, bruh, my heart was pounding the entire time I watched that episode, and I was like, bruh, thank God this didn't. They didn't go that far with it. But even in the game, it kind of does the same exact thing. And that mission is pretty goddamn hard.
Very hard.
Because you playing with an injured
Many
Joel on the outside, then you playing with her, and he can see you wherever the hell you at, and you trying to hide. So, but yeah. But did y'all have anything in that season 1 that y'all wanted to discuss or talk about that came back up or anything like that?
No.
No, actually, no. It just felt like they were just shaping the story and like getting into the backstory of them and the relationship. Gotcha. I think it like really portrayed the relationship between Joe and Ellie really, really good.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we can agree that we all feel like it was the season 1 was a good season.
Yes. For sure.
So of course, the last question I do have with that season. So you the entire season you deal with this relationship between Ellie and Joel. And of course, at the end, we get to the revelation that in order to make this cure, Ellie has to be sacrificed to make it. So my question to you all, Casey, I'm gonna start with you, is if you were Joel, what would you have done?
I would have done exactly what Joel did. After everything we just went through, after the bond we just created, and it might that it might work. We're not talking about what they said on social media, but in the game, in the show, it's a might. I'm not doing that. No. I would have tried to like save her in a different way and maybe not kill everybody, but if that's what it took, yeah, I was gonna do it.
Yeah, she's out of here. I'm sorry.
Crazy.
It's not. Look,
you wouldn't even be here without her.
Jason.
Yeah.
I hear you, but just like Abby, I'm on a mission. And I can't get off that. Like, we are running for our lives, trying to survive every single day. And you have somebody who is hella irresponsible, which is what Ellie is. But we'll get into it. And you out here risking your life, and you are the only one that is immune. I understand. We cool. We besties now. But if there's hope, and we've been living in this shit for 7 years.
We've been in it for 20.
It was 20. Yeah, it's over with. That too, like it's over with.
Yeah, man. Like, nah, y'all just like survival and vibes. That's look, nah.
Endure and survive.
I mean, after 20 years, that's all you can do.
Man, Ellie is out of here.
That's crazy. And
So you're not okay. So let me ask y'all this: if y'all were immune, and there's a possibility that the cells in your brain could possibly create a cure, are you putting your life on the line for others? So Jason says no. KC, what are you doing?
No.
What you doing, Jazz? You giving your head up?
I'm out of here.
Odds are in my favor.
I'm sick of running from fucking zombies, Jason. I'm tired. Listen, whatever you got to do.
Yo. Man, hell no. I'm gonna keep on fighting. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do.
I was doing that for 12 years. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired.
Okay, well, like this cure, what was it exactly supposed to do? Because they said cure, but I don't remember it saying what it was going to do. Was it going to just make everyone?
That's the next question.
Like
was
a
it
vaccine? They would make it like a vaccine.
But was it going to fix the infected? Was it going to make the infected people regular again?
So I would think it would be something like Resident Evil. If they get bit early, then that shit might help you and you don't die. But the people that's already infected, that has it in a system for real, and they starting to look like a fucking mushroom in the face, nah, you just got to let them go.
But I'm saying, but if that's the fact, you having this vaccine does what exactly? Because you're still running for your life. Right. You're still fighting. It doesn't. If it's not changing the mushroom people to regular people.
But the thing is, you're removing the risk of having more people get infected. So if we out hunting, we in Jackson, and you have somebody who gets bit, just like I can't remember the guy's name who they mentioned entire season 2. He got bit. Oh, we got a antidote
Eugene.
at the crib. Eugene. Oh, we got a vaccine at the crib. We can go ahead and inject you, and you will survive. That's what I would think it would do.
I think they would already have to have had it. I don't think you could probably like you know what I'm saying, like already had be vaccinated.
I mean, he would have got bit.
I
mean, we don't know because
it probably would have been. I think it would have been like Ellie, like she's just immune to the bites, but you can still be eating a lot in that situation. So you thinking of, I'm thinking about how the horde ran through the building on episode 2 of season 2. How they came through there. Like, it doesn't matter if we all vaccinated. Them niggas coming in there eating us up. What difference do it make?
Right.
They're not just taking. They if it's just one, they take a bite. But if it's a gang, them niggas they eat.
But I guess if you have the possibility of there being an antidote and hope does a lot for people to want to survive and stay alive.
That's what they was fighting.
But the thing is, it's like if they all knew Ellie was immune, if they all knew, it's still a fucking secret. Like, my thing is, if you have an antidote or a vaccine in your town, you just like, okay, we have something that decreases the risk of us getting infected and dying. Yeah, you might have a herd, but we still have a possibility of still surviving. They're kids. So my thing is just like, you got to think of the many. And I mean, and then plus the fact that they had been evolving, like, you don't know, hell, Casey, I know that you know more than me because you played the games, but let's just pretend we don't know past season 2. They might evolve to the point to where Ellie is no longer immune. They could tear that bitch up and bite her, then she turned into the infected. Now you don't have anybody that's immune. They're already getting smarter. So as you evolve, this creature, this bacteria is evolving as well. So instead of just having one person that's immune, and she ain't getting no dick, so she ain't having no babies to spread that bloodline.
She's gonna spread a bloodline to kill them?
No, but I'm saying that's more immune. Somebody else that could possibly be immune. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like,
right, but a vaccine doesn't like cure all. Like, think about like the COVID vaccine. People still get COVID. I got the vaccine 3 times, and I still got COVID. Like, there's still a possibility of you dying.
And there's a possibility of you surviving. But I guess the chances of it actually working are there versus there not being a chance. That's all I'm saying.
The chances in fighting. That's where the chance comes from.
I mean, you can
like, regardless, like they've created like a whole town, barricades and stuff like that. Like, they living, they alive. They
trying.
Pregnant.
They trying.
Look, if that whole town knew they had somebody immune in there,
what they would do? What would they do? They were like, shit, she immune? Okay, so what can we do with her? Nothing.
I
mean, since we found out the only doctor that can make a cure,
that conversation wouldn't be. That conversation wouldn't even have. That conversation.
I'm saying we would have. We already know that because we seen it in this season. I mean, look, we can agree to disagree. We done beat this horse enough, but
agree. No, you can. No, as far as with that part, I'm saying there's nothing you can do at this point. Like, it's 5 years beyond. It's 5 years past. All them niggas dead. Them niggas dead. Ain't nothing you can do about that. So now we have this immune girl in this building. What? She immune. She just can't be bit. What? She can still be shot in the head.
Still be ripped apart.
She could die just like us. She bleeds just like us. She just can't be bit. And she can walk through the spores.
I don't know. I just think it's too far going. Like, you 20 years in, you building up societies and different, like, it's too far going. Like, you can't save the mushroom people. They're still gonna try to come get you. So,
or you can be like the Asian country and just bum your people, and we can start over that way too. What's up?
Where that?
I'm
Since
saying
you want to go so bad,
doctors and tests and all of that, but okay.
But of course, like I said, it is a 5-year time jump, which, of course, Joel has to kind of pay for the consequences that he set forth. Which, of course, one of the doctors he's killed was the antagonist of the story, Abby. Abby is on a path of revenge. You trying to say she's not an antagonist? Because she's not a protagonist.
I ain't say nothing.
I know your face. The face is just like, I don't know. I was trying to make sure. I was trying to make sure. I do think this is one of them situations where it's not necessarily a villain. Isaac may be Isaac a villain though. Isaac is a villain.
I think so.
Is
Isaac is that man was torturing the man with a hot pot.
All right,
Yes.
but when you get to what they do, and I know we're not like there, but like if you get to like that Colt does, like they do worse. So like he's just fighting to survive, or he's fighting to beat them, so they don't beat him, you know. So like I don't think anybody is bad. They just trying to survive. And keep
so is David? So do you consider David is a villain?
Oh no, any rapist, any child molester, they all need to die anyway. Like no, he was a villain.
Okay, let's make sure he was
eating people, so like that too.
He was trying to survive.
No, he was indulging. He was indulging. It was like Negan, like he was enjoying this apocalypse. He found who he was, you know, like in that.
Wasn't he a preacher?
A terrible person. I think so.
I think, yeah, he slept a little girl. I was like, oh god, this nigga is going in.
Yeah.
Look at Jazz. Look at what Jazz finds funny.
I just remember that scene, and I was just like, it was a little heavy-handed.
Yeah, he was definitely heavy-handed. He slapped out the seat.
She was just trying to eat her soup.
So, who was this? Gail. How did y'all feel about Gail as the therapist in this camp that they had?
She was great. I loved her. Like I loved her addition to this in season 2. Because I love every time that they went to go speak to her, because she just seemed so raw and real. It doesn't even seem like she had a script. She was just like, I'm a therapist for everybody, but who the fuck do I talk to? She was like, I'm a drunk. I try to smoke as much weed as possible. And she just out here at the baseball game reading a book. But she was upfront with Ellie, and she was upfront with Joel. Because I guess when you're dealing with all that, what's the point of sugarcoating anything?
Yeah. What about you?
That's not true. There are some situations where it's okay to sugarcoat or give them a little taste of a lie.
What about you, Casey?
This was one of the additions I didn't like.
Okay, why is that?
I just feel like her part wasn't needed. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it was a dumb addition. It was like some stuff that I didn't understand why they added her until like the Eugene part or whatever. But like before that, it was just like, why is she here? Why is she talking? Like, and then I was confused at who she was too. But I'm like, is this Tommy's wife? Because like, you know, I'm going from the video game to the in the game. You know, Joe's talking to Tommy and Tommy's wife about all these things. So, so it's confusing.
So her character is not in the game?
No, she's a whole new character.
Ah, got you. Okay.
So that was just one of those things I was like, they add that. But then, like, when the Eugene episode, I understood why they added her. But like, before that, I was like, yeah.
So, regardless of the before part, now that we get the reasoning that she was there, did it serve a purpose at that point for you in the story?
It did, and then it explained why her behavior was so the way it was. Like, she's grieving, she's mourning, as everyone else is, because it's just a world of mourning. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just her way to handle it. And I thought it was like really interesting that she still decided to talk to Joel even after that, like, and like help him and try to help him.
Was Joel wrong
for doing that? I don't think he was wrong. I just think he was wrong for lying about it. Like, he knew what was best for the people, but then it also like serves a, well, why didn't you let Ellie die? And I understand why she's like that, you know, angry at him, because like, you can do this to everybody else, but you wouldn't let me die to serve the people, but you killing everybody else to serve the people, you know, like that. But yeah, he had to die out there. He was gonna like tear that town apart.
That episode really served a great purpose for the entire show, I feel like. Jazz, what about you? What did you think?
I understood why Joel did what he did, why he felt the need to tell that lie. I completely understand. Do I agree? No, but I don't think he is a shit person for doing it, because he was just basically trying to comfort her. and not give her all the gory details of like, yeah, no, I had to go ahead and shoot him in the back of his head because he got bit. And I wasn't trying to risk the lives of us and the people in the town. So it was while Ellie just called him out in that moment. I was like, damn. But yeah.
Yeah, Ellie being 19, all her motivations, everything she did, kind of, it made sense. I
Mhm.
don't, I agree with Joel, like I said, because you do have to think about the greater good in that moment. And of course, within that episode, which is a flashback, it does talk about, it goes back to his father. His father talks about why he beats them. And it goes back to I'm just trying to make y'all better than I was, or get y'all to a better point. And hopefully, when you get to where I am, if you're able to have a kid, which full circle, because Ellie is becoming a dad now, with Dina. So it was the whole thing of you being able to teach your kid or raise your kid better than what you may have seen or what you experienced. But again, she is 19. So I do want to go into, how do y'all feel about Ellie's progression in this show? Like, how do y'all feel about that? In Casey, you can kind of, I'm gonna ask Jazz first, and then Casey, I have the same question but different question for you.
All right.
How do I feel Ellie's progressing?
How do you feel about her progression from season 1 to season 2?
I haven't really seen much of a difference. She still makes decisions based off her emotions, and she's getting people killed. Like, I understand you're upset. I understand you want to go after and avenge Joel. Completely understand. But she was just making a lot of careless mistakes. And realistically, if Dina didn't go with her, she would have been dead immediately. And
Mm-hmm.
if what's the baby daddy's name?
Jesse.
Jesse. And if Jesse didn't save her, they both would have been dead. And it's just like Ellie just moving off emotions, which is why Jesse was just like, he felt like if he would have voted yes, you would have put 16 of their people in danger, because you're going out in the world. You don't know what's going on. You roll up in a civil war that's happening, and you just trying to kill one person and her crew. And it's just two of y'all. So it's just, yeah, Ellie Wild.
What about you, Casey? What do you think about her progression as a character, or her character development from season 1 to season 2?
I think she just grew in anger. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she felt like she was lied to. She didn't know who to trust. So it's like fair for her to behave in a certain way when she's like a teenager or whatever. But like, once she like got out into the world and was trying to avenge her father, because that's who she viewed him as. I think the anger was, fair to have. But like, I don't agree with her like being like careless and stuff like that. I think she could have saved herself. I just think it was just a lot of things that was like up against her. Like, you don't know what's outside. You don't know, but you've been trained well. You know how to protect yourself. So I think she still would have like survived, like she did. So like, like.
So in that scene where it was her and Jesse and they were hiding, and then you saw somebody that was with the cult group and with the soldiers. Ellie was about to try to go save somebody who she did not know, and they were outnumbered. Only reason why she didn't is because Jesse stopped her. So it's like she was doing stuff like that to where somebody got to stop you from making a decision that's about to get you killed. Like, I would not let her lead my group anywhere. I'd be like, Ellie, man, I don't know. Because
I think. Keep going. I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say, like, even Dina told her like she shoots first and asks questions later. So it's like she's kind of like a hothead. It's just like, Ellie, you got to assess the situation environment, because you have to be stealthy. And even when they got to Seattle, she was about to go to that tower with the satellite. Dina
With the
was
wolf
like,
on it.
yeah, Dina was like, during the broad daylight on a horse. Like, that's not a good move. So it's like stuff like that. And then she was just like, oh, okay. It's like you have to assess and think before just making a quick move.
Yeah, she's good on the fly. but when it comes to like the planning and things like that, I don't think she was great at planning. But I also didn't like how they played up her immunity in this as well. They like it was too much of a too much of a strength to an extent until it wasn't like it didn't matter anymore. But Casey, I'm gonna ask you. The video game may be a little bit different, but as far as with how she is in the game versus how she is on here now, in the game you control what happens with her. You control where she goes, how she does, but of course there's still cutscenes. Is it the same level of anger, same level of pain in that?
No, it's worse in the video game. She's more angry in the game. She's a lot less careless in the video game. Like, I know that you're controlling her and whatever, but like she's not this silly, jokey person. Like she's vexed. Like she's super angry. You know what I'm saying? So like I didn't like how they portrayed her in the second season, because now it's like giving everybody the idea like she's just, she's just gonna she moves just off of the first thought, because she wasn't like that in the video game. Like it wasn't like, oh, Jesse saved me. It wasn't like, oh, Dina was here to save me. They went because they wanted to avenge Joe too. Like they were just as angry. So like it wasn't like Jesse voted against her and then, and no, he wanted to go help. And it was he was out there looking for Tommy. That's what it was. He was out there looking for Tommy, and he found Ellie. So that's one of the parts in the TV show they didn't really show, that Tommy went out first, and he was gone, and he was gone before Ellie left.
So let me ask you this: like looking at what season 2 brought in the story, do you think it had that it mimicked the game well? Because it seemed like they had a lot of stuff that was changed from the game versus the show.
I mean, certain parts, I would say like 80% of it was the video game. But they have to add stuff, because you can't bring everything from the video game to the TV show.
Right.
It doesn't. Some of that stuff doesn't translate.
Yeah. It doesn't mesh well, with that. Like, so like, yeah, you have to change who's with Joe so that it gives like Tommy a storyline, because he's going to be in it later. So like you have to show his strengths. So I understood that too. And then you also have to show like how Dina got here and why she's angry too. That part was kind of weird, but like whatever.
Who's angry?
So like Dina being there with Joel, being captured with Joel. It wasn't Dina in the video game. It was Tommy and Joel. So Tommy was the one that witnessed Joel being killed. And it was Dina and Jesse and Ellie. They went to go look for them because they were missing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was that. So like they all kind of like found Ellie on the floor, Tommy on the floor, Joe on the floor, dead. They were all angry. So like, I mean, that added part where the town's like getting like ripped apart, I didn't get it at first, but I get that it shows like Tommy being the hero for a minute, because he's not about to be the hero for the rest of the thing. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like Tommy was worse than Ellie. That's why I don't like how they portray Ellie in the TV show, because Tommy was the one that was like careless. He went out by himself. He was killing everyone, and Ellie was happening. It was like they was happening upon everybody that was dead, and it was Tommy that was killing everybody. So they thought that it was Tommy out there and not Ellie. Like the wolves and the coat. They thought it was Tommy out there killing everybody. So they were looking for a man, not Ellie.
So
and to catch Tommy too.
Basically, what you're telling me is my anger towards Ellie shouldn't be directed at her.
No, I feel like they switched the roles a little bit. Like, yes, Ellie did kill those people, but it was. I feel like.
I'm yeah, because let's be okay. Because now Tommy didn't kill the crew. He was just killing people.
Yeah, he was killing the people around the crew.
But Ellie was killing the niggas she killed the people. She was and her stuff. Yeah, she was killing the friends for the justifiable, they were around. Yeah, that was just they held her down. They made her watch, XYZ.
Right.
but them having the stakes of that, the infected trying to breach the building. I feel like that was needed because you kind of see the stakes in the story. One, you're killing somebody you fall in love with, you really enjoy, or you just see how Joel can maneuver in season one. So you take away that safeguard out of the story. This is no longer here. Now you got nothing but risk factors. Um, Ellie, who don't know nothing, first thing Dina said, so how you gonna get there? Shit, it's northwest. Like, nigga, you're gonna take a horse and just go northwest. That's it, right? You just gonna ride the horse to northwest. So you got to give somebody that that has that. I know you have to kind of change it where it fits where people have to want to be engaged with it.
Mm-hmm.
So while the anger that Ellie had, like you said, her being careless and things like that. I think they played toward the teenager angle, like the one that think they know it all because that episode before the end, that's all she was doing. Like that entire episode was just her. Um, it was doing the birthday thing, so they was kind of giving you each birthday. And you would see she felt like she was a kid. Then she go back in there, she's doing drugs. She got a woman in the room. She's getting tatted up. The next time she like, nah, fuck, like, and like Joel was really trying with her. What you gonna say, Jay?
Ellie was going crazy. She said, "Fuck it, YOLO, everything."
She was being a teenager though, like.
But Ellie wasn't even like, I get trying to be a teenager, but Ellie wasn't trying to hear it. She was talking back. She was wilding. Like Joe was just like, you know what? I don't really know what to say right now. Like, he's like, damn, I came back to bring you a cake. You agree with sex, experimenting with girls. It's like, this ain't an experiment.
Yeah, he said, "You're not yourself."
She was like, he was saying you're high. Let's talk when you sober. That's what I'm saying, which I understood. I got that. I get it. But yeah, Ellie was wilding, man. Ellie was wilding. Like she was just so angry with everything.
I knew she was wild when she thought she was about to put that mattress in that garage in a storm. Sis, what are you doing? Your mattress is gonna be soaking wet when you get it in there. Do this in the morning.
But that's how angry she was at him, and she didn't know how to voice it. Like she didn't know how to. She didn't have the words.
Joe having a good old sleep.
I don't know, too late. She didn't have the words.
Joe said, "What's that noise?"
Jazz, what did you think of Joel's death?
So I hate that I knew Joel was going to die last. I found out when I was watching the first season that he was going to die, but I didn't think it was going to be this early on in the season. I thought it was going to be like middle of season 2. And when he got shot in the leg, I said, "Oh shit, is this it?" And then when Abby was just going in, I was like, "Damn." But I do like that final shot when you see Ellie laying beside him. Because I watched the after episode of this, and they said they just wanted to do that up angle facing down at them and just seeing them in that moment. And it wasn't really any sound or anything. You're just in that moment. And I was just like, oh shit. It was heartbreaking. Like Pedro stay dying at some shit, but
he said he likes to die.
He did say that.
He said he likes to die. Yeah, but for whatever reason,
he got a good death track record. But Thrones holds the key. Thrones holds the key because that's when he got his head smashed.
Wow, that is a good death. I mean, so I guess what do you consider a good death? One that makes you feel away, or
one that sticks with you? And his death. Yeah.
But both of them stick with you, though, right?
This one doesn't stick with me as much
because it got spoiled.
It could be that. Or the fact that he could have won that fight in Thrones, but he was just talking too much shit. Now in this, he just said, "Get this shit over with." And Abby was what can he have? No, there was nothing he could do. This person hates you. They are going to kill you. Don't give me no speech. I don't give a fuck what you have to say because you're going to kill me anyway. So just go ahead and get it over with.
One thing, and I guess within that, they give you the moment of maybe Ellie will, but hell, Ellie ain't that. She ain't Joe.
She got her. Well, you don't need your whole body in the room to shoot. You don't need your entire body to shoot. Soon as you open that door, you would have saw that. You would have saw Red Falcon, new Falcon in the corner. You would have put a bullet in him.
Okay, and then what?
And then you shoot somebody else.
You shoot because look, nobody had guns. It was just him.
Right.
So once you get to shoot, you clear the room out. Now Joe's on the ground, but at that point, at least Jesse would have been able to run into the room like, oh shit, it's going down.
Jesse wasn't there yet.
Yeah,
it took Jesse a long time to get there.
She left him?
They split up.
Yeah.
Okay. But he was there, but they were together though. So he would have heard the gunshots and he would have probably, seen the horses. I feel like they seen the horses together.
Abby and her crew had a solid 30-minute head start walking in the snow before Jesse even got there. It would have just been Ellie, but if you got a full 12 clip automatic, you could have laid all them niggas out for real. And one of them wasn't even going to do anything. Old girl that was pregnant later on, she would have just been like, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. So you could probably you ain't got to say, you can save a bullet for her, but take out both of the men. And yeah. And then of course, Abby and so.
What about you, Casey? How did you feel about this portrayal, this death portrayal of Joel?
It made me mad.
Why?
But then it made me the actual emotion that I felt.
Okay, got you.
Not how they.
I said they didn't kill him like that in the game.
The actual emotion in it.
Nah, when they showed that golf club, you knew that's how the game did.
Yeah, there's a lot more talking in it, but and he just laid there and let her do it. He didn't tell her to shut up, but yeah, but it made me just as angry. I was like, all right, I know what this is about now. Like when I first started the game, but I was like, when I saw the TV show, I was already prepared for it. I just didn't know how they was going to do it. And I was like very happy that they did it the exact same way.
Was it that soon in the game as well? Like early?
20 minutes into the game. Yeah.
They jumped in. They jumped into that bitch like, you love him.
It was crazy.
You get him out of here.
When they was promoting that game, they made it seem like Joel was going to be with her in her travels. And that was a big problem when the game came out because they lied to everybody. And it was really Jesse. So, yeah.
A lot of people were, I feel like the number 2 game, a lot of people are kind of split on how they feel about it. You see some people really love it. Some people just like, I can't believe they went that direction with the game. I see, you see it kind of split through everybody, but Abby, of course, like I said, Abby hell-bent, ready to avenge her father's death, rightfully so. What do you think about Abby so far, Casey?
I hate her portrayal, and I know we've only seen her a little bit in the show, but I hate it. I hate her. I hate it. I hate what they did with her. I hate how they have her looking. I just hate her character. I hate the way she acts and talks. I hate all of it. And I'm like, they got to get that together before the next season because, they need to find a new person or something, or they need to get her a little brolic or something because she's so weak. And Abby was not weak. And everybody feels that way. Everybody hates Abby already. She only had 3 words.
So, Casey, you seen the new Mission Impossible movie?
Yeah.
Do you remember the young lady that was in the submarine with Ethan that was semi-flirting with him with the shortcut?
That was in a submarine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jason had asked me during that review, would she be a good Abby? Now, I'm not familiar with Abby's structure in the video game, so you're a lot more familiar than me. So do you think she would be a better representation of Abby?
She would be better. She would be better. She has the stature. She has and also Abby is tall too. And one of the issues that, and I hate to bring the game in, but they thought that she was transgender. That's how brolic she looked. That's how manly she looked. They thought that she was transgender. They didn't like that it was a transgender character. Then you found out that it's a different character, but we haven't gotten to that yet. But they just made her like so small and weak looking and meek, and the voice is quiet, and then they let the cat out of the bag already about why she did it. Like it was like they really messed up with Abby. They really
Did they?
with Abby.
So it sounds like in the game they keep the whole point that was her father.
Yeah. You don't know that. You playing the video game, you don't know that until like probably the middle of the game. Yeah, like when it gets closer to playing Abby, you don't know. So it's like all the way up until like the part where no, I would say all the way up until when you start playing Abby, you don't know why she did it. Yeah. You just know that it's because he killed everybody in that in that hospital.
Right.
Because they used to be fireflies, now they're wolves. So you just know that it's because of that, but you don't know exactly why she's so like headstrong about it until you get to her part. So yeah.
Got you. Jazz, if that was held, would that have hit for you a little bit differently at that point?
If we didn't know that was her father?
Yeah. Just curious.
I mean, I don't think it would have changed anything with me knowing either previously or after the fact. I understand why she did it. I mean, you're basically focused on revenge. The fact that Joel was able to fall in your lap is the universe. So you gotta kill him. You gotta kill him if he fall in your lap like that.
Imagine that happening to you.
Listen, and my crew is about to try to convince me we need to go back home. She didn't know that, of course, but we did. Mm-hmm. And Joel falls in her lap and she's able to get him to the spot they were at. Man, listen, I'm taking my time with that. Like she
said, take time. She said, yeah, take care of them too. Take care of them. That's Dina. And that's Joel.
Hold on. All right. Y'all pretend that y'all are one of the members in her crew. Y'all over here like, we about to leave. Oh shit, that's him? Like she brings a dude back that y'all are searching for. I'd be happy for my homegirl. I'd be like, oh, I'm about to fuck him up. Like, we've been looking for this man for years.
5 years, dog.
Yeah. I would be so excited too if I was on her side. I'd be like, let me help. Like I would be like that. Like, let's take your time. We're gonna sit here and watch.
When she said, and you really are handsome, they got that right. I'm not gonna lie, I would have been scared and flattered. I'd have been like, oh, the streets say I look good. I'm about to die, but okay.
Man, if you was Joel, Jazz, would you have played for your life? Like, would you have tried to explain your reasoning?
After finding out that this is somebody in connection to the folks that I shot up 5 years ago, there is no pleading for real. Like, there's no pleading at all, especially if one of my peoples is on the floor to where it's either my life or theirs, and I know they're going to kill me. Mm-hmm. So pleading for your life in that moment, it's not going to do nothing.
I would have, now they probably would have killed, but I would have told them, like, hey, your daddy tried to kill me. I shot his ass when he stabbed me. That nigga had a knife. I shot him. Yes, in the head. I don't care what they said.
But you know what fucked them up, though, is when he left those 2 nurses alive. That's why you cannot leave casualties.
Yeah, he should have smoked them too.
You can't
leave. He should have smoked them too. But see, now that's where the conversation is. I'm like, hey, now, I left them bitches alone. Why is that? Because they didn't come at me. Your daddy, on the other hand, he tried to attack me. I only killed people that came at me, bro. I left people alone.
Jason, I'm be honest. If I was Abby, that excuse ain't gonna keep me from beating your ass. I'm just gonna go slower with it. Like, no.
Slower? Why are you slowing down?
Because I'm like, he really tried to lie to me to my face. Because
what was the lie? I would have
And
killed
you see
him.
them
I killed 18 people. Why would I leave anybody alive?
But my thing is, good and damn well that doctor did not come. I mean, he did pick up a scalpel. But
He picked up
let's
something to try.
come
He
on,
said, "I'm not
Jason.
letting you." No, ain't no
You,
come on nothing. Now you just don't want to believe me. But then he
Joel,
did come at me.
but Joel didn't have to kill that doctor.
What was he gonna do?
He could have pistol whipped him.
What if he was good enough to move away from that pistol and get we done watched too many movies to see people get away from that. Mission Impossible was out then, so I'm pretty sure they done seen them movies.
Jason, we seen Joel kill 18 soldiers. You think that doctor is about to stop him for real?
I don't know what you don't know what a person can do, Jay. You don't know.
Listen,
It's a
that doctor wasn't gonna do.
We in the middle of a pandemic. Ain't no telling what may happen, bro. You can't take chances. You just said kill everybody, so I'm saying. Now you see my pistol whip him.
Casey, what you doing? Is you leaving the 2 nurses alive, or you just killing everybody?
No, if I can, I'm killing everybody. I'm not leaving nobody alive, especially if this is like, oh, they wanted to cure the world. Oh no, I have to erase everything that I just did to save this child. No, you have to die. You have to die. I'm sorry that your child is in the other room down the hall. If she was outside, she probably would have died too. Like everybody had to die. Like everybody would have had to die. And I'm not pleading for my life either with it because he didn't know who she was. He had killed so many people.
Yeah,
he got so many years. It could have been anybody.
But them deaths there were on his head. Them deaths was still on. Them deaths was eating his ass up for the last 5 years because he knew he wasn't. Well, I don't know if I don't think he cared about right or wrong in that moment. I think it was more so he wasn't honest to Ellie as to why he did the killing.
So I got a question, but first I got to see if you've seen these shows. I'm gonna ask the question to you first, KC. Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen The Penguin?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. All right, so this line of questioning, it's only going to be 2 rounds. I tried to do 3, but unfortunately I couldn't think of a third. So this is going to be die on that lie. It's a this or that. So first round is Joel versus Ned Stark. Who did a better job with dying on that lie? Even though he did, just pretend like, I can't do pretend. Well, Joel was going to die on that lie if Ellie didn't tell him, I'm done with you if you don't tell me the truth. But he was prepared to die on that lie. And Ned Stark's lie was Jon Snow being his nephew and not his son.
Maybe Ned? Maybe.
Okay. Die on that lie, round 2. Ned Stark versus the Penguin.
Which lie?
the one that almost got his mama killed. Which one was that? Oh, that he killed the brother, Sophia's brother.
His brother. He killed his own brother?
He killing brothers out here. He was gonna die on that lie.
Because the mama was gonna die because he wouldn't tell the truth that he killed his own brother.
Okay. He killed so many brothers. He did kill a lot of brothers.
Even killed the black brother at the end.
Right. But who between Ned Stark and Penguin?
Penguin.
Yeah. Then he don't even get alive. Yeah. The fuck?
He never told the truth. He gonna down that. Yeah.
But the journey of Dina and Ellie. So we see them out, and they dealing with a lot. They going through a lot of different things. I think the pregnancy thing was kind of on the nose. They kept kind of trying to hide it, but you kind of figure out she was, pregnant because with her throwing up, you see a dead body. That's not necessarily a thing. But I was already my antennas was already raised. But then it was inside the store, and she mentioned the yeast infection to Ellie. But then it's like she looking over like, I gotta go pee. I'm like, oh, she's pregnant. Up in this. But what are y'all thoughts on this journey that these two ladies have been on since they have left their town?
Has Dina been stringing Ellie along?
No,
Because she seemed like she'd be like putting a toe in, like maybe.
but that's just
But
bisexual. So like in general, that's how they behave. So that's just it. Like that's just how they behave. Like they like, well, they gotta keep you wondering, and it's like really ass that they do that, but like that's how they do. So I think like she portrayed that bisexual really well. But yeah, I thought it was a romantic, trip for them. They really found each other, you know, they found the love.
I don't know.
They were go for each other.
When she admitted to Dina that she was on this trip, even though she knew the truth. I don't know. Dina was like, you know what? Mm-mm. I ain't feeling this shit no more. I ain't.
wait, what you mean?
When she finally told Dina that she knew why them people tried to kill why they killed Joel. And Dina was just like, what? Oh no, we gotta go. It's time to go home. Fuck this, pack it up.
She knew. She was like, I ain't about to risk my kid for this shit. Like, nah. but Ellie, she was like, we about to have a baby? She said, I'm about to be that step parent that's about to step up.
Hey man, that's something I don't like myself.
You said you don't?
Yeah, Ellie not pulling Ellie not pulling Dina, bro. That's a story. That's the pandemic. That's pandemic coochie there. That's some shit, that only happened in the pandemic, like a zombie apocalypse. Ellie not pulling.
He's right though. Like
Ellie not pulling, man. Ellie not pulling Dina on a regular day. It got to be some life or death threatening type shit going on.
So you mean to tell me Dina is not feeling Ellie's jokes enough, her vibe enough to be like,
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is Ellie was better with Ellie and the lady that was the tattoo artist. I could see that. I could see that. I can't, I'm just saying. But but then again, who say what anybody can pull, man? I've seen some amazing things. And does Ellie really have game like that though? It may be she might be in love with the bad boy look, because that's all it is. Because Jesse not it. Jesse's just sad. He got a sad boy look.
Looks so sad all the time.
Yeah.
And when Dina said, she was like, do you think he's sad? I'm like, yes. Hell yeah, we see he's sad.
She is killing that man.
He's in love with somebody else.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You think he's thinking about her?
Yes. Yeah. He was thinking about her while he was smashing Dina.
His head on the wall, though, so I guess it don't matter who you're thinking about.
R.I.P. Yeah, he ain't thinking about nobody now. His brain is out of here.
Is that
but
perfect? Yeah.
Jason, I got a question for you. Which step parent stepped up the best? We have Ellie versus Debbie from Invincible.
Oh man, it's definitely Debbie. Definitely Debbie.
All right,
bro. Debbie's husband cheated on her and told her to raise his kid while he runs.
Oh.
He didn't tell her.
He didn't tell her per se, but he had a kid and left the kid with her kid and was like, y'all gotta raise it because I'm on the run.
The audacity was there. And he did all that
after beating his son to almost death
and calling her a pet
and saying that she was just a pet.
Nah.
Invincible is crazy. But
I gotta watch that.
Round 2, this is probably gonna be easy. Debbie or Butcher from The Boys?
Butcher is horrible. Butcher horrible. See, Debbie dealing with way more than man. That's a tough one too, though. That's a tough one too. Butcher wife. She didn't get raped, right?
No, he did. He raped her.
Was it okay? Okay, I thought it was consensual sex, and then, but okay, you right there. Okay, gotcha.
And then Butcher hates soups, and he
Yeah,
promised her to
to
take
look after
care.
him,
Yeah,
and he got his nigga up quick as a motherfucker. Oh no, no, I'm not doing this.
all because he wanted to play Connect Four. Butcher was like, "Get that shit out my face."
Get this shit in my face, bitch ass
Yo, everybody can't handle rejection well.
nigga. Bro, he went to his daddy. That's crazy,
Right?
right?
He went to his real daddy.
Ellie was a little too eager to be that day. No, eager, like very eager.
So yes, but Ellie kind of goes back to what you were saying, not necessarily the anger, but the sad part in Ellie. Like her whole thing was like when Joel and them first made it to the place, Joel was gonna leave her, just to leave her with Tommy and let Tommy finish the rest of the mission. And she was like, "No, I'm not doing it. Everybody that I've loved has left me." She just started running down through different people. But then even when she was with Henry and them, and she wrote down on the brothers board, she wrote in there, I'm afraid to be alone.
Yeah.
So
okay.
she just wants to be. I'm not. I don't want to say accepted, but she's looking for a family. That's just what she's looking for. So she found somebody that likes her for who she is, or she's not having to pretend um, around her. So that's who she likes, and then shit. Now this person that she's into is having a baby, so it's just like, shit, I'm gonna step up and be the one for all of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Meanwhile, Jesse's still alive back home. So I'm gonna be the daddy. Like what?
Yeah, that was.
Jesse said, "I have to stay alive for my baby."
That's
And then
crazy.
Jesse dies 30 minutes later. Like
I
that
knew
baby is
Jesse
not
was.
gonna know you.
I knew Jesse was out of here when they did that. I'm like, yeah, nah, Jesse's dead, man. He's not gonna be. He's not gonna be here too much longer. When they started doing all that, when they started giving the person too much TV time, it's out of here. It's just raps for that nigga.
Yeah, I wanted Jesse to die anyway, so it was okay. But
why?
He just in the TV show he was very annoying. So I was ready for him to be gone. Like in the video game, he's not that annoying. He's actually very supportive. He was just annoying in the video in the TV show. And I don't understand why they changed his character like that.
Was he annoying? He wasn't annoying to me. Ellie is annoying.
Like, I did this for the town. You don't do this for the town. Like blaming her for everything. Like blaming her. Like it felt like he was like angry at her. That's what it felt like. He was blaming her.
I would be. I too would be angry if my ex-girlfriend left me pregnant to go be with this chick in the town who wants to lead everybody to go on this revenge mission. So now that we told her no, she can't do it, she took my girlfriend to go do it with her.
But why does he care so much? I mean, I understand he cares, right? But why does he care so much if he pining over somebody else right now?
It don't change how I feel. It doesn't change how I feel about this woman, regardless of what that's a situation I had to let go of. That woman went. I thought about going. I chose not to. I chose to be here. We were trying to work on it. Now remember when when Dina left, she said we fixed it. That's what she told her. Only for her to then keep playing with the. So what was that kiss like? What was that like? Da 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 da. I'm like, wait a minute now. She like you said, she was playing the fence. I guess that's about sexual shit. I don't
know. But nah, Casey, I'm with you. I also felt like Jesse was a bit annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understand he had to be that mature person because after Joel's brother, he's kind of second in line to lead the town, to lead Jackson. So he has to be responsible. And now that he's dead, now they got to start from scratch. He was about to get a promotion in a couple of years. And now he gone. Because he went to go save Ellie.
But the way that he spoke about like his responsibility, it felt like it was like a burden to him. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that he spoke about it. And then it felt like, honestly, it felt like he was just jealous of Ellie. Like, you get to do this, you get to do that, and I have to stay and I have to think about the time. I mean, he did say that. Like,
because he said that he was taught to put others before himself.
yeah, but sometimes you don't do that, you know, or you end up like that.
Or he might be jealous of Ellie in a stance of she doesn't feel that way because like she moves and does whatever she wants. She doesn't have that load that she carries on her shoulders, similar to what he's carrying on his. Because when they were rebuilding Jackson, he was out there rebuilding as well. So I mean, I guess that's a possibility, but I can understand him being upset with Ellie because just like y'all niggas came out here for real. Now we about to die.
Yeah, but he could have stayed where he was at.
But you know they gotta go save her. Because if they didn't, Ellie would be dead right now.
She would have been like in the TV show. She would have been dead.
Yeah,
she would have been dead. I do like that scene. That was new and that was a great scene. Like him like saving them.
Oh, when Ellie was getting ate up by like 3 of them, and then he was like did you get bitch?
And introducing that like new group of infected. That was dope.
Like, are they in the video game?
Yeah, and I hate them. Yeah. They in the video game they live in the walls. So there's this part in the video game where you're playing like, and mostly Ellie doesn't really encounter them. It's Abby. Abby encounters like all the scary things. So like she's going through like this apartment building. She got to jump all the way down because she's all the way in the sky. She has to go all the way back down to get out. And they're all in the walls, so like they're jumping out at you, like everywhere and grabbing you. And they hide, and they're smart, so they dodge you and stuff like that. So like they're terrible. But that's the new, infected.
And you think I'm about to play that fucking game? Absolutely not.
Man, you gotta grow up, bro. It's just a game.
Whoa.
It's fun.
It's just a game.
This nigga said you gotta grow up.
Game.
Yes, that's the game. You don't like you love horror, but would not play the horror game
because I don't have to engage. I don't have to engage. That's pretty much all it is. Like I don't have to engage at all. Silent Hill, Resident Evil, The Last of Us. I ain't playing that shit. No, give me Super Mario. Grand Theft Auto.
Like a Telltale game? You know,
she's not playing that. I tried to get her to play that.
Like one of those games where you just make the decisions and you just press buttons. So it's like you decide how the story goes, but you're not really like, it's not action. It's like you playing like a movie.
If something about to jump at me, if something is trying to come at me and chasing me, no, absolutely not. And I also don't like being chased in games either.
Oh, like Until Dawn. Like that game is very...
I wouldn't play that either.
Okay.
Like, the movie was straight, but I'm not, I'm good.
No,
I don't care. I don't care what you got to say, Jason.
It's okay. I'm not trying to force you to do it no more. I asked you years ago, and I haven't asked you no more.
Mortal Kombat, I'm on there. But
so, I do think one of the time where Ellie was a superhuman was when she killed Nora. Jazz, how did you feel about this scene?
You should have asked KC because I tweeted. KC was like, "Why are you sad?" I was just like, "Nothing."
Like, why were you sad? I don't understand. Like, she deserved that. Did you see how she was talking to Ellie right before she ran? He deserved it. Like, you telling me my daddy deserved the one that raised me?
I get it.
He deserved it.
I get it. I understand completely. But in that moment, I was like, "Did you get away?" And I was like, "Nah, man. B2." It's in the air. You are dead.
I appreciate them little tidbits for like the beginning episode, kind of tell you about something that you kind of, as the episode goes on, you forget. You're like, oh shit, wait, that's what they were talking about in the beginning. And then you see her son in there, like just stuck in the wall.
That scene was fire.
Yeah,
like this season had a lot of really dope scenes, like visually.
Mm-hmm. Like the one behind you with the fence.
Oh my God.
When she got stuck in that little gate.
Intense.
Bruh. Damn it, Joel.
What actually happens in the game is like...
You said it does happen in a game like that?
Yeah, and it's like you have to press buttons to get through or they're going to grab you.
I'm dead. I'm so dead.
You're crawling. You're not... standing.
Well, she falls in the front.
Yeah, she falls.
Doesn't matter. I am dead because I'm gonna be sitting here like, bitch, you need to run. But I'm the one in control because I'm gonna be too scared.
Yeah, there was one part in the game where I just screamed the entire time while I was playing. I just screamed. Like I had to call somebody like moral support while I was like playing the video game. Like
you gotta grow up, bro. But why are we doing all this? Why are we doing all this? You supposed to be playing the game like you supposed to be like this. You can't be screaming and yelling.
You don't be screaming at the game.
Scream at the game? No. Not in my 30s.
What does age have to do with anything?
You don't even play it, so you hush.
So you just stoic, just not moving.
No, I'm sitting like I'm not sitting. No, I'm not doing that.
Scream, but like anything makes me scream. Like any jump scares make me scream anyway. So
it gotta be a good jump scare. But now they got the movie theaters. We be watching a horror movie. You sit in the seats and they be jerking you around. Some shit. Now that has gotten me. Like, yeah, wait a minute, nigga. You done. Hell, hey, I'm not in the movie. Chill out.
I have yet to experience that. I can't find one here. But I'm found one.
Cinemark. Y'all got a Cinemark? Okay. That's what we have it at the Cinemark, not the AMC. The 4D seats to be. But of course, what was the second girl name? The Ellie killed?
The one that was pregnant.
Yeah.
That scene was so intense. I was like, is she gonna do it? And when she rolled the shirt back down.
Now that
I took a deep breath.
I got with that scene. Like that's
okay. So I understand the gripe because I did see the game comparison to what it is. I don't know if I would have liked to see the game part. Now, the season starts out with Ellie fighting a bigger person. So they say the reason they changed it is because of the size difference, but they also wanted to make it a bit more intense. So the shooting, for someone that didn't play the game, I didn't have a problem with it. But somebody that did play the game, that's not how it happened. So what was your gripe with that scene?
The scene itself, it was way more intense. Like in the TV show. Like it was way more intense. It was worse. I was like, you didn't have to do like that emotional damage on top.
Yes, you do.
Like, I didn't feel like you needed to do that. Like in the game, he's reaching for something, you shoot him, she grabs something, and she's trying to kill you. So you have to kill her. And then he's on the ground like he dies, and she's like, oh, she's pregnant. And it was like she was crying and falling out after that. Ellie, like no, like she didn't mean to do that, but she had to because she would have died. And that the bullet go through both of them. Really?
That's real. That's real.
I mean, but like, is that I don't know, like that's just like. That was crazy to me. And then like you're doing good. Like I was like tearing up. I was like, oh my God, like no.
Yeah, that shit was
no.
I liked it, bro. I'm like, no, like, you better not pull a Walking Dead and try to do a C-section on her.
I thought they was about to pull a Targaryen up in this motherfucker. Like
I really thought she was gonna cut it open.
Yeah, I did too.
They can do that on TV, It's not.
But that's also why they didn't do the dog scene. They said it was too much.
Yeah, they're not killing no dogs in the game. I mean, in the TV show. Why? Pussies. I don't know, but they'll kill a pregnant.
So let me ask this, since y'all brought up the dogs, because they unleashed the dogs when Jackson was attacked, and the dogs were attacking the infected.
Mm-hmm.
Are dogs immune, or with biting them not get them infected?
That's a great question.
They're just gonna eat the dog. Like they eat all the animals like in the game. So like
no. The question was, so if the infected bites us or bites a person, we get infected. Mm-hmm. But if a dog eats the infected, does the dog not become infected?
Oh, yeah, I misunderstood that. Oh. Huh. I don't know. Like never seen that. I never seen that. So
I
I don't
never thought that's a great question though, because
maybe
even when they came when Ellie and them pulled up, it was like they can smell you. They'll know if you're infected or not.
Yeah. Because then, I mean, because they had a lot of dogs in Jackson that was helping them, that was attacking the infected. And I'm sure we've all seen Resident Evil. Them motherfuckers got infected.
mm-hmm.
So it's just like, how does that work? But if are there dogs in the game?
Yeah.
So
Hate those too. Yeah.
is there a situation where they get infected, or is it just
No, they're just really hard to kill because like they jump at you and then they have you on the ground and then you have to, fight them physically, like you have to fight them. But Abby, being so brolic, she just break their necks. What's she gonna do in the TV show? Like, like, what's she gonna do with them little bitty hands and arms? But whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe and if that's the case, why if they're immune then, right? Why don't they just use the dogs to make a vaccine?
But we don't know if they're immune, but we know Ellie is. Because I'm like, do y'all just kill the dogs after that? Because if that's the case, that's kind of fucked up.
I don't know.
So,
They love them dogs though. So them wolves love them dogs.
yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe if anybody is listening or watching, they can let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
Very good question.
But I got a question. If y'all were bit, would y'all let y'all crew know? Or would you just be like, I'm gonna try to live out the next hour, 2 hours before I let
I'm gonna tell
anybody
them.
know anything?
I'm gonna tell it.
I'm gonna hide it. Look,
You're
I'm
like,
mad.
hey,
I don't
Casey,
care
hey,
that.
Casey, you good? Oh my god!
I don't care that. Look, we gonna chill, and then what happens happens after that. I'm gone.
Damn!
But see, that's what happened when they was in Asia with all that. That was like, well, she got bit. They put her in the bathroom. Is how many other workers been missing? Shit, 14. I said, where they at? Mm-hmm. Bomb it, bomb the whole place.
You got to.
Yeah.
You got to, because it's just like this is spreading too fast and too quickly.
So that's what made me think about COVID. Okay, so that kind of made me think about COVID. It's funny that this came out 3 years. This came out 6 years before COVID, and actually, but then you watch a video game and it's like, you know, nobody seems to understand how to get something and control it or try to, catch it before it spreads like a wildfire. It's just like, I mean, she got one bite and now she got this, and they had to kill her. And now they just like, okay, so who did anybody else get infected? I mean, shit, it was 14 other people. So 14 done infected the entire US with how did it even get from Asia to the US?
It was
That's
in
the second.
the food
Okay,
supply.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
the
right. Like,
rice. I think it was rice and something else. Shit that we eat a lot. Look, I will get infected quick. Give me some hibachi. Be like, damn, this got a little extra seasoning in it. Be halfway through the box. What is that moving in there? Yo, I'll be done.
be looking at my rice biscuits and myself, damn, that bitch moving.
I can see Jason taking a bite. You're dead now, motherfucker.
That's correct. For me to take a bite of some of the moving is crazy. Look at you, what you think of me.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
You right.
She didn't even say, you know what, my bad. No, it is crazy. Why would you do that? Why? Like, look at what you think of me. God damn, that's crazy.
Oh my god.
But I feel like if something like that were to happen, like imagine you have an outbreak and then the damn robots just start malfunctioning on some Terminator type shit. So we dealing with an outbreak and AI, the entity.
Yo. The internet gonna shut down for any of that to happen. Goddamn it, shut this shit down. Man, but I don't know. Did y'all have anything else in the season or the show? that y'all wanted to discuss?
I wanted to ask y'all, did y'all have a favorite scene from this season?
Um, damn. Nora death.
Uh, I was gonna say that too.
Yeah, that was hard.
Because that was like the beginning of her descent, like her real descent into like just the revenge and the anger, like really like overtaking her. Like she was starting to lose control right there of like her actions and like how far she would go. So yeah, it was deep for me like that. Like
I get it. No, I get it because it was, her, grabbing that pole and then, going. But I get it. It does, but then, when Abby pulled back up on it, kind of bring her back to a kid. She remind me of episode 3 when that kid tried to kill Joel and she shot him, and then he was like, he begging for his life now. It's like, no, 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 no. He was a grown ass man. You gotta go through with it now.
mm-hmm. But like in the game, she had killed 2 other people before that. Y'all know that, right? So like 2 of Abby's friends before that. I don't know why they didn't show that. Maybe it just
Are they even in the story? I mean, are they even in there? Because I
yeah.
mean,
So like okay, so the guy that she cuts face, his
that's
Falcon.
Owen.
Falcon.
the guy that whose face she cut when she goes into the room with
Mm-hmm.
Joel and them. She killed him because they got captured. They got captured by the wolves. So he was about to kill Dina. So she had to kill him. And then it was like another girl, she like slit her throat. It was one of her other friends and she slit her throat. Like she was taking them out, but like that one was like the one where she started like herself feeling like she was losing control. Like after that. But like that whole like when it was in the that last scene, right, in the TV show, that last scene, she was like, when she was like, it was me. I didn't mean to. Yes, you did. You meant to kill them. What was that? Like I don't understand.
Technically, no, she didn't mean to kill them. She really just been looking for information. She only beat the girl. She only beat Nora because she wouldn't talk and she was talking shit. Then she was gonna talk to the what's called. She said, "Hey, I'm just looking for him. Nobody got to get hurt." They lunged toward her and then she pulled the trigger like out of fear. But like, I don't think she went in there like. So when I think of like purposely killing, I think about Joel when he was about to die and she saved him with the penicillin and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And Joel beat one guy up. He let the other guy see him. He beat him up. He tied up both of them. He asked for the information. He killed the first guy, and he said, I'm just doing this just because. Like I don't need you to tell the answer. I don't care if he told the truth or not. Like I'm just gonna fuck you up. Like I think that is intentional as opposed to like Ellie like on some accidental killer type shit, in my opinion. When it comes to them outside of the girl, like she killed her, because she was talking shit about him. Which I mean, was justifiable, I think.
See, that's the difference in the TV show and the game because she was going out. She had a hit list, and like when she got captured by the other guy and stuff like that, and the wolf, and she met Isaac and Isaac's crew and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She had got pictures of them, and she had their names and everything. She knew exactly where they were at and stuff like that because they had information on them. She knew exactly what she was doing. You know what's funny about that? I can't say that. Never mind. Like, I don't want to spoil it because they think I spoil everything. But like that hospital scene, that's gonna come back around. But like, yeah, like that's. I can't wait to see what they do with that.
I figured a lot of stuff because I love the ones where you see something and they give you one perspective and they give you the second perspective the second time it comes back around. Just like the first episode comes back in episode 8 or it's episode 6 whenever they show Joel hanging out with her when he finally talks to her in the episode 1, she just walks past him and just goes back to her room. It seems that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like that shows like why she was so angry too, because she was robbed of her like second chance with too. It was like to make things right. Like they was about to make things right and she got robbed of that chance to make things right with her family. That was her family. He was. And it was like it was time. She got robbed of that. What was I gonna say? Oh, I forgot. But yeah, you gotta remember that like at the end when it goes to Abby and it's like day one, all these things are happening concurrently. So it's like her story is happening concurrent while Ellie's going through all these things and going through Seattle and stuff like that. So like what I was saying, they almost bump heads a lot. They almost bump into each other a lot, but it's just like destiny doesn't bring them to each other. And it's interesting because sometimes they're like in the same place at the same time and they just don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I was gonna ask that because I was curious at the end of this season when you saw her in Seattle, and I was just like, "Is this a flashback?"
Mm-mm.
I'm like, "It's got to be a flashback," but I was curious if it was the timeline for her. Where would Ellie be in that timeline? Because I also, so it's safe to assume season 3 is just gonna be Abby and her crew.
I think so because like they have to tell her story, but I think Abby's story is. I don't care what nobody say. Abby's story made the video game. You know what I'm saying? It made it. Like Ellie's was like, all right, cool, whatever, whatever. But like Abby's story has a lot more of the coat in it. You know, the wolves and like just like the whole Seattle and the makeup of it. And like
Right.
she goes through some of the worst things. And I keep saying it, like she goes through some of the worst things. She literally goes through hell. But it also changes her into somebody and we can revisit that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like she goes through literal hell. Like at one point, it's literally like you're in hell in the video game because it's like red and you're just descending. Like it's scary as hell in that game. So I get why you wouldn't play that one, but
I ain't touching
yeah,
none
but
of that
like
shit.
her, but it also shows you that there's no heroes. You know what I'm saying in this game? It's just people angry and trying to live and survive.
Yeah.
It's just trying to keep your humanity. And I feel like that's what Ellie was like. I don't know. She was trying to keep her humanity and do right, but like her anger just got the best of her. I don't know.
Yeah. Because when I look at this season, I think about how it's pretty much a hamster wheel of revenge. Because you have Abby and her crew going after Joel. They find him, they kill him right in front of Ellie. And now you have Ellie on this journey to find Abby and her crew. She kills half of them. And then at the end of this, you got Abby and Ellie. And then it ends with a gunshot. And so I did see a headline where they was just like, for them to actually wrap up the story, they need 4 seasons, which makes sense because if you make season 3 all Abby, then I mean, shit, I don't know what season 4 would be. I guess it would be to continue whatever we saw at the end of season 2.
See, now this is what I was talking to Lo about because I'm like, how would they even make a 4th season if they were to tell Abby's story, the part right after Abby's story, because there is another part. There's like a 3rd part after Abby, but it's like very short.
Mm-hmm.
It's very.
It can just be like a prologue or epilogue or whatever.
That's basically what it is. It's like after all that stuff, you know, you end up right back where you left off and after
Nothing.
So it's like they finally get to that point. But like if they're gonna the only thing that I can see if they do that is if they cut the season off at that point too. Which would be stupid, in my opinion, to do.
I think you can, but I think you can close. I think they're. I don't think they're not going. I don't think they're going season 4. I think it'll
They
end
gotta
in
wrap it
season
up.
3. But I feel like when you get back to, because we got to get back to where we ended. Once we get back there, you just continue the story, just whatever it may be. Have y'all seen The Departed?
Yeah.
Where you have, who is the leading character in that story. So once you feel like you're following their lead, the lead gets killed. And then you follow the other person at that point. And it just goes like that until that nigga get killed. So it's like, all right, who are you following at that point? So it's just, I don't know if Abby dies. I don't know if these are things that I haven't looked into. I much rather just let that play out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and I want,
um,
but
however they go. But I feel like whenever we get back to that crossroad, we get back to it. You let it play out because it doesn't because once we see them in the same room, who are we following? We just watching the story at that point. But at this time, Ellie's looking for Abby. What's going on? And more than likely, Abby know somebody is killing her friends. But who is the person that's doing it? You know, there's that. I mean, I would think that just based on who she was and what's going on. But you see that thing. But I always thought it was because if you pay attention to like the dates always tell a story with themselves. So it gave them day one when Ellie and them went. Day one Seattle. So then you like, okay, so they went. They like, damn, wait. Did they go back within this time? Like, oh shit, they are with that. So like, even when Ellie first walks out, episode one, it feels like a video game. Same exact thing with Abby when they switch over to her, it feels like a video game, like a live action version of it. So
yeah, but we have to remember that this story is Ellie's story. So like it's gonna come back to Ellie. It ends with Ellie. Like it's all is her descent into like anger and what it does to you, but it also just shows you like sometimes some stuff is not worth it because what do you end up with at the end? And that's like the part like I feel like that's the lesson of it. But like you won't get to it. But like as far as like I just don't see how they can have a fourth season. I feel like they really gotta wrap it up. They gotta wrap this up. Like make it 16 episodes and just wrap it up. Like just wrap it up and stop trying to like push it out. Because there's a lot of things in Abby's part they're not gonna be able to put, like in there because the video game it's a lot of action. Like Abby's like very strong. She's breaking necks. She's doing a lot of stuff with her own hands, which is why a lot of people got like issues with her. Because
man, I don't really, man. They
I'm
can
just
bring that
saying,
shit.
but like,
They can do that shit with her, man. Her little ass hands can do
like
it too,
Abby
man.
is, there's some big giants. You know what I'm saying? There's giants coming. Like
She wasn't breaking their necks.
no, but she was fighting them with her bare hands. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And they had like hammers and stuff. Like it's giants coming. And then it's like the Rat King is coming. I hope they put that in there.
They gonna put that. They're gonna they if they skip that, bro, that'll be
that's a really big part because that is the hospital. So that's a really big part. Like you get to see that's a bunch of different infected together too. Like that's a bunch of them just like balled up together. That's a bunch. Like a vaccine not gonna fix this. Vaccine not gonna fix.
Hey, see, I'm not trying to fix that orgy ass shit that's over there. That's burning. We are burning that to the ground. I'm gonna try to help that person that just got bit. Damn it, I'm gonna help them. But one thing I do want to mention is because we kind of skimmed over Isaac because we didn't really get too much of him outside of him torturing one of the cult members. But I want to say, like, in that exchange, I thought the cult member said a fire line. And I'm just paraphrasing. He said, every day a wolf leaves to become a scar. We never leave. Can you imagine you dealing with infected, you got people dying, and then your people that's with your crew, like, you know what, we can't do this no more. We going over here to Faith. We gonna join the cult. Like that's so crazy to me. I was like, damn. And like dude was taking all of that torture and he wasn't saying nothing. So, but I'm excited to see more of the wolves.
Me too.
I would say like this season definitely has me excited for the third season. And I was definitely gonna ask y'all, do y'all feel like the story that they have set up for us, even though it's gonna be Abby, are you excited for what could possibly be coming for season 3?
Yes, I'm very excited. Like I can't wait to see how they like switch up and add to Abby's story because like that's one of my favorite parts of like this show. Is like they're adding like little tidbits and backstory to like everybody, like Joe, like meeting Joe's dad and stuff like that. Like that wasn't in the game, but like they gave you insight of how Joe is and how he became that person.
Right.
You know? So like I just want to see more of like how Abby. I mean, they do have like flashbacks of Abby, just like Joe and Ellie in her part too, and it does like show you how she became who she is. But like I want to see more of that. Like I want to see more of her dad. Like I hope they have more of that in it, and like more of Isaac, because I like that little backstory of Isaac too, because we didn't get that. So I like that too, because he was a Firefly. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
So, and it looked like the other lady might have been the co-leader. Maybe I was thinking maybe she was
the one that was out there when it was about the.
Yeah. So there might be some backstory to that they're gonna do, because I couldn't figure out who that lady was. I'm like, maybe she's the one, and that might like entail, because you know they're the couple.
Don't say that. That spoiler was about to come out, but you said
it
shit.
Was because like like it's not really a spoiler. It's like I just don't know who that lady is. You don't know who Faith is either. So like that's what I'm saying. Like you just don't know. So I'm like, maybe that's. I'm sorry.
I don't know what Jason doing. I don't know. Jason. Jason, does season 2, what we were able to get from this, does it have you excited for season 3?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I do feel like it is a bit of a step down from season 1, my personal opinion, just based on, just based on the motivations of Ellie. One thing I hate more than anything is a dumb character. And the way they made Ellie seem is something I was just like, come on, bro. I didn't like that, but you start thinking about, because even in season 1, I give her more bail, but she was 14 in season 1, so it made more sense, but she made better decisions, even as a younger person. But she wasn't angry at that point. She was a hurt girl trying to look out for her father at that point. But now it's the hurt, angry girl who is trying to avenge her father. So those two people are going to look different. They're going to be different. So I'm still excited for it. I enjoyed the season. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happened. I can't wait to play the game, because I want to play the game as well, just to get into it. And I only play it at 12 o'clock at night when the night's out. So yeah.
You're gonna be screaming like me. I'm telling you.
Ain't no screaming.
I honestly don't know why that was even.
Because you ain't gonna do it.
No.
People know let me set the vibes for you. Then you watch the movie or play the
Jason,
game.
I'm not playing the game at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with the fucking blinds up.
Oh wait, like will you watch it? Like will you watch somebody play it? Like a playthrough?
I would probably do watch that.
I would do that YouTube. Because I'm not interacting with it. That's the only reason why I wouldn't play it, because I don't want to engage with it. I don't want to be looking around the fucking corner and hearing shit from a distance and then something pop up at me. No.
Well, I'm sending you a link then to it. I'm gonna send you a link.
I'll watch it for sure, because I'll treat it like it's a horror movie, but I'm not engaging with. Nah, I'm good.
So you can see what I see. I'm gonna send you a link.
Y'all can judge me all you want to. It's okay.
See what I see.
But niggas, you playing cards? But did y'all have anything else y'all wanted to add for this episode? We got into the nitty-gritty.
Not me per se.
Okay.
Just give things a chance, even though it's not like the video game. It's still good. It's still good. I just don't understand like the hate for it. I understand the Abby hate, but like
they don't like it. A lot of people don't like Abby's character. I mean, not Abby, but Ellie's character. Yeah. I feel like Ellie.
Oh yeah, that.
They say Abby, Ellie. They don't like the women. Let me just keep it a book. They don't like the women. They don't like the women leads right now. They like everything else.
They made Ellie really childish in the TV show, and I don't understand that. Like Ellie was a very serious person, and maybe that doesn't like do well on TV. I don't know. As far as like being a woman, I don't know, but like she was very serious and determined. She was not joking around. So I don't understand that. But I understand, yeah, that was annoying at one point. Like you joking about everything. All right, who is this? Yeah,
I mean, but she wasn't joking on the mission. She was joking when it was chilling.
ew. It wasn't like that. It just wasn't like that.
I
Like
mean,
she was.
I mean, that's how she was doing the first season, joking around. So it just feel like they carried it, but they said that the creator don't know his own character, so that's funny.
He just be lying, talking about the vaccine would have worked. Like he just be lying.
He did say that, didn't
Yeah.
he? And y'all was over here in denial saying you wrong, and he's the creator. So since we talking about it, so with the creator saying if they would have been able to make a cure, would you still have would you have taken her with you, or would you be like, all right, so we about to get a cure, you got to get up out of here?
I'm still killing everybody and saving her.
Okay. Jason, what about you? You got a
I'm
cure.
still saving. I'm still saving her. I'm not. I'm not allowing. Nah, I'm not doing that.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's been 20 years.
Is it so? If it was your child, would you give him up, Jazz?
Child that I ran up on the street,
That's
or
not what I
like
asked you.
that I
If
carried? I gotta
you
ask because Joel is a
I
stepbrother that
said,
stepped
I
up.
said your child. If it was your child, would you give her up? I didn't ask you about no step
No,
kids.
nope. If it was
So it's
if it
just
was
because.
mine,
So it's just because it's a kid that you found a year ago.
I'm biased. Yes,
She
yes.
Hey,
saved your life.
she throwing away the step kids like that.
I am not the stepmom that stepped up. We about to step up this life. We go ahead and we're gonna put you to good use. You gonna cure the world.
He didn't even need. See, the thing was, he was carrying her for a car battery. He didn't even need a car battery no more.
He was trying to keep her safe because Tess asked him to.
I mean, he made good on his word, which
He
is
did.
yeah.
He started
But
lying once he linked up with Tommy. Then he just started lying all the time.
Yeah, I feel like it was vindication. He was able to save a girl that he felt like was his daughter because he couldn't save his daughter when it was time to do that.
yeah.
I get all that.
Everybody had motivations to be the way that they were. So yeah, him, being helpless, he didn't want to feel like that again. So he made sure he wasn't. But yeah, I guess we to that point of the episode. Was it good though? Can you see? I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah, I said I liked it. Like it had its things, its character flaws, but overall it was a good season because they really kept to the story, and I like that. So yeah.
Jazz, was it good though?
Yes, I enjoyed this season. At the beginning, I was enjoying. I was like, oh yeah, I'm hooked. When I saw like negative reactions to it, I was just like, why y'all hating on this season for real? I didn't understand the hate. A lot of people said it was kind of mid, but I enjoyed it. So, Jason, was it good though?
It was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed my rewatch, especially through the beginning, because a lot of stuff that was mentioned in the first season, like even the dinosaur, um, that was dope to see them how they actually created that dinosaur. Yeah, it's just and then her mentioning like in the first season, she asked like I think Henry, no, she asked Riley if what she got her was a dinosaur. So that was dope to see Joe give that to her. He was trying to give her everything that she wanted and things that she liked. So it was dope to see that. Only fortunately he died. So I get why she on her rampage.
Yeah, but I did not have any. What did you think those for this? Because I forgot to post it. By the time I remembered, I was like, yeah, it's too late for that. But our link of thrones. This is the section of the pod where we mention an actor and actress from the series that we just reviewed and drop a project that they have coming up or something they've done in the past. Casey, you seem like you're looking for yours. So I am going to go with Jason first. Who do you have as your Link of Thrones?
So for me, I'm gonna go with Gabrielle Luna. This was uh Tommy. He played Ghost Rider in The Agent of Shield. Love that show. But yeah,
Okay, okay. That's dope. Casey, do you have your
Jazz.
person? Oh,
Well, I know that. No, I haven't seen that, so I
Yeah, I
can't
know.
suggest that.
you
I
ain't
hear.
not. It ain't gotta be nothing that you've seen.
Oh, because I know that Pedro has a movie called The Materialist out.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
They did just drop. They did just drop. I'm hearing a lot of mixed
I am
reviews on it.
too.
yeah.
Some people love it. It's the perfect rom com. Some people like these niggas need to retire. I'm like, wait, who?
Yeah, saw that tweet. It was
I
like,
know
coming.
somebody that's in that should definitely retire. I don't know how she was even able to be casted in a film beside those two gentlemen, but I ain't gonna hate.
Jazz.
I ain't gonna hate.
Who was your
Uh,
Link of Thrones sister?
my Link of Thrones. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and switch mine up. I was gonna go for my black sis, but I'm going to go with Isabel Merced.
Marced.
Marced, excuse me. That is Dina. She was in Alien Romulus. She stayed pregnant.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
she was in that. Oh yeah.
I forgot too. Then Jason was just like, "You don't remember niggas? Remember?" And I was like,
So I don't.
"One time." And she was Dora the Explorer.
Of course she was.
Now she out here pulling cousins.
There's a
And
like they're gonna be the guy that plays Tommy. He's gonna be in this John Wayne Gacy TV show that's gonna be coming out soon. Looks like it's gonna be interesting to see. Probably gonna be very dark.
Is that Netflix show? Like it's gonna be on Netflix.
Oh, it's called Devil in Disguise.
Oh, no, that's not what I'm talking about. You know how they did
Did low? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it might be. You know what? That might be what the fuck that. No, it's not that.
Yeah, it's called like Monsters or something, right? Like Monster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, this ain't that. This ain't that. They got a whole cast of in here though. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see there. But I think that's everything we had. Casey, we appreciate you for coming in and chatting and talking with us about this. It's been a long time coming. A lot of dope running. Plus, it's trying to dodge the cases. You want to let the people know where they can find? I don't know if you want to do that. You want to let people know where to find you? You got anything you want to promote? Put out there?
Thank you. Don't find me. No. I like
Jazz,
thank you.
Jazz, you got anything for the people?
I just want to say shout out to hitting 3 years, 3 pod years. We got a lot of stuff coming for July, and yeah, excited. So halfway through the year, Jason, there was something you wanted me to mention during this episode. The best movies of. Do you remember what it was?
The best movies of the 2020s. And I was gonna ask y'all how did y'all feel about that? Because I was looking at that and it got some stuff on there. I haven't seen everything. It says nine movies that will be classics from the 2020s. So I'm gonna, the holdovers. I haven't seen that, but that is on my list to watch.
Mm-hmm.
The Batman. I really enjoyed that. I know Jazz didn't. You got Sinners.
Definitely Sinners.
It got Monkey Man. I don't know how that'll be classic. Like John Wick 4 came out in 2020s. Like I don't, The Power of the Dog, which that's just got a lot of Cumberbatch, the guy from Civil War, that's always an evil person in everything he plays, and Kirsten Dunst, which is his wife as well. They all playing that together. They clone Tyrone. That's definitely gonna be one that's gonna hit down the road. Dune Part 2.
Yes.
I'm gonna let Jazz take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
It was beautiful. Oh my God. Yeah.
Everything All Everywhere at Once, for sure. That's definitely. And the last one was Oppenheimer. I thoroughly enjoyed that myself. But is there another movie that should have been on this list that wasn't mentioned?
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I think that would
100%.
absolutely be on there for sure.
I agree. What you was going to say, Kim?
Wicked.
Oh my god.
Wicked.
Oh my god. Oh my
Classic.
god.
Classic movie.
Hopefully, Get You for Good is actually good. I don't know.
Casey, how many times have you seen that movie?
Oh my god, I just watched it the other day. So it has to be in the 20s now. Comfort movie.
I get it.
Like, what is it? The music has to be better for me. The music didn't sell me. That's what I want to be sold on.
I think it's the relationship that they have in the movie too. Like I like kind of like bi-curious, curious, lesbian, maybe possibly.
Will they want a relationship?
Hmm?
Will they want a relationship?
Yeah, like they have that around it, and just like their relationship off, during their little press run, like it's just so sweet. It's so cute. And I'm so excited for November 21st.
So let me ask this, since we've seen their interactions on their press tours. Casey, do you think like they done a little something, even though I know Cynthia's in a relationship, but that didn't stop. You know what? Let me not be messy. But do you think her and her co-star, because they showing a lot more chemistry than Issa and Lawrence, and Jason think them two fuck.
You think that?
Jason.
Like I think they're too similar. I mean, in the movies, it's a little bit more like dominant, dominant and not submissive, right? In the
dominant and submissive.
Yeah, dominant and submissive, but the energy that they have, like on the press run, is like they kind of like similar and the same, and they seem like they're buddy and best friends, and plus, I don't think Cynthia is going outside her relationship. I don't like that girl that she with, but whatever. Love her. She love her, I guess. I can't even think of her name, but she's the one that
Lena Waithe. That's Jason's one of Jason's favorites. Shout out to Queen and Slim.
No, but like that's a terrible movie. They had a moment to do like so much with that movie and they ruined it. But y'all need to really watch her TV show Master of None, that season where she's in. I'm telling you, it's like perfect. It's a perfect like season because it's like different stories each season. But that's a perfect season. Yeah. But that's the only thing she's ever done good. So
I'm not gonna ask Jason what the fuck he just did, but his camera's zooming out, zooming in. I'm like, all right. He raised his eyebrow and it went back. I was
the Superman.
The fuck?
That was the Superman. I'm flying on the
Did you have anything else you wanted to add for this episode?
I did not. I appreciate each and every one of you who have been on the road for these last 3 years, 158 episodes. This is 159. 159.
10 away from 169.
Yeah, I don't know what that's going to be about, but we're going to get there. So, again, much appreciation. Until next time, this is the Was It Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows. I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
I am Jazz, and we spoiled this series.